Well, there it is. You see them. They are
5 laps to go. Well, look,
surprisingly close.
Say, I'll tell you something. It's down to 4 seconds, Sam.
Yeah, all right.
Look at Dina Mears, his wife.
Yeah, and look at Gordy starting to get right next to the wall. Jim, he's pushing it now. I mean, there's no question. He's not just paying out the lead. Mears, of course, I mean, as I said, he's been fastest all month.
It sounds like you may be changing your mind and thinking that Mears is gaining on his own and that Johncock is as flat out as he can go right now. Is that what you're saying?
Well, the way Gordy is driving, he's driving beautiful. Oh,
Ziva. This could dramatically affect it. If he gets any oil on the track, we could have a yellow and the race would finish just this way.
Yeah.
With Johncock the winner. There it is. Look at that. 4 seconds, as we said.
2 protagonists pit.
No yellow flag.
No, that's good.
4 laps to go. Sam, listen. It's 2.9 seconds. Mears is closing and closing fast.
Yeah, he is. There's no question about it. He's able to take it incredibly. There's Johncock starting to take an unbelievably low line. I'm starting to wonder if Johncock's handling is all it should be, Jim, because that's not where he runs on the racetrack when everything is okay. He runs above the white line. I just saw him dip way down below it. He's doing it again. Oh, well, they make a pass there. Okay, but Johncock, I think, is behaving a little. He's really pushing it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Is there time left for Mears to catch him? Very, very doubtful. But it sure isn't over yet.
Well, there it is.
They give him 3. We get less than that. We get about 2.5.
Okay, I don't think.
Well, now, you don't need to measure seconds. You can see them.
You see it now. Will traffic be a problem? One of the Winningtons is ahead of them at this stage. Remember, if Mears catches him, he's still going to have to pass him.
Sam, we've got a trophy dash to the finish line. If this stays this way, there's never been anything like it. The closest finish in the history of Indianapolis was in 1937, 2.16 seconds. There's Dina Mears. Her man is the man that's closing on the leader.
Yep. Look at Mears pour it on, Jim. I know when you're this close, I mean, you can reach out, you can feel that guy ahead of you. And look at Mears now. Here's Johncock taking a fairly moderate line, and Mears is catching him. Look at his speed off that turn.
I've never seen anything like it. There they go. 2 laps to go. There's time to catch him if he can do it. Rick Mears, his wife. The stopwatch, 0.63 seconds between them.
I don't have to tell you what's going to happen if he catches him. It's going to be, I mean, this is extremely dangerous business right here.
I don't think I've ever seen an open wheel car race with people this close at the finish.
No, and never so fast. I mean, these laps in the high 190.
Look at this.
Dina there. All right.
He may do it.
Yeah, he may. He's that close. Look at that shallow line.
They're going to get the white flag. There'll be 1 lap to go. As he moves along, tries for Johncock. Is he going to do it? The white flag out. This is the final lap.
Going down into the first turn. What? No. Gordon held him off there going into that first turn.
Over the roar of the engines, you can hear the 400,000 people going hoarse.
All right.
No one has ever seen this before in Indianapolis.
This is the back straight, Jim. There's 2 turns to go now. Mears behind, and he's again trying to slipstream him.
Johncock did a good job of staying ahead of him in turn 1 when he made that move there.
Good. That
may
was
be
brilliant.
enough.
That was brilliant.
Not quite over. Johncock still with the lead.
Here it comes
Headed
again.
for the finish line. He's still closing. That's his wife.
It's too late now. You only got to pray. Look at that.
Here you see them. Mears. Can he make a move at the finish? He's making a move. No, not quite. Gordon Johncock has won the Indianapolis 500. He won it by less than a car length. Less than a car length after 500 miles. The disappointed wife of Rick Mears there. Wow. The jubilation in the pits, the Pat Patrick pits. Gordon Johncock has won it.
No, I haven't. That was a good race. It really was. Gordy was doing a hell of a job. He had her everywhere but straight a couple of times. And I was trying my damnedest to get him, and I just couldn't do it.
What were you thinking of when your mirror started to fill up with Mears?
Well, I was worried. I mean, let's put it that way. There was no question about it. I had to drive the car everywhere on the racetrack. I got into a pushing problem, you know, with about 10 laps to go. Is why he caught me so fast. And the more I went, the worse it got, and I just had to use up all the apron to be able to stay full throttle coming out of the corner to keep from driving into the fence.
What did you think of on the white flag lap when he pulled alongside right at the finish line? You think he had you there?
Well, I definitely thought so, but I knew there was one thing, that when I went down in the number 1 corner, that I wasn't about to back off no matter what happened. If we went through there side by side, that's the way we'd go through there, but I wasn't about to back off.
Michael Andretti just turned a lap at 221.2 miles an hour. 11 laps to go in the Indy 500, and Michael is slowing. Michael is slowing. The rest of the field is coming past. Michael Andretti is slowing down. Al Unser Jr. will take the lead as Michael Andretti slows down at Indianapolis. An unbelievable turn of events. The man who has dominated this race on the 189th lap. Suddenly the car slows and Michael appears to be done.
Paul, that is another Andretti thing. It's sad for Michael. I have never seen a race driver in my life that deserves this race more than Michael Andretti, and he isn't even going to make it back to the pits.
There come the leaders, first and second. Al Unser Jr., Scott Goodyear. And we've got a whale of a race on the racetrack as Scott Goodyear is closing on Little Al.
Now the contest is really going to happen for a race, because once those guys know, which they know now,
Yellow flag comes out because Michael's car did not make it off the racetrack. Scott Goodyear trying desperately to make up the distance. He's inching up on Al Unser Jr. And Scott Goodyear is now right there, right behind Little Al. He follows Little Al down the main straightaway. Anywhere Little Al goes, there is Scott as well.
And further, when you weave back and forth like that, you scrub off a little bit of speed too, but Scott has nothing he can do except to follow him because he needs the drafting.
Scott Goodyear, of course, a Canadian early in his career. You see him setting up Little Al now. He seemed to kind of give you the feeling that things were coming easily for him. Then he had a long period there, 2-3 years, where just couldn't get any result at all. Suddenly he's vaulted back to this moment. He can see the possibility of winning the Indy 500 if he can make one pass. But he has got to pass one of the savviest, canniest, and most determined drivers in the business.
A lot of that's going to come from the old sprint car days. That's where Little Al came from, was go-karts and sprint cars. He's got a lot of savvy on how to keep somebody from passing.
The 198th lap in the record books. On this lap in 1989, Emerson Fittipaldi and Little Al touched wheels. Little Al hit the wall. Fittipaldi went onto the west. Scott Goodyear still trying to catch him.
Right now, there's no traffic involved in front of him, Paul. This is what got him the last time.
And Al Unser Jr. sees Dwayne Sweeney's white flag. 2.5 miles. One more lap to go. If Scott Goodyear has a chance, the time is now. Don't forget, 10 years ago, John Cox and Rick Mears raced on the last lap for the finish. John Cox won that one. That was experience over Rick Mears' relative inexperience. Will that happen again here today? They're on the backstretch. 223 miles an hour on the last lap.
No traffic involved.
They make the turn for home now. On the main stretch, Scott Goodyear closes in. He looks for a place to come by. Scott Goodyear tries it, but no.
I believe that's the closest finish in Indy history. Closer than the race 10 years ago when John Cox beat Rick Mears.
10 years ago when Little Al was new to this track. And now, Al Unser Jr. is a winner at the Indianapolis 500. As Scott Goodyear looked for a place to get past, came out to the inside, and as they came to the line, Scott Goodyear had a little bit of a roll, but it wasn't enough. But look at that.
Al, let me ask you. The one question, though, is all month.
All right, Al.
All month, nobody talked about your chances to win the Indy 500. Did you think you had a chance?
No, not really. You know, Michael had us covered all day, and the Ford Lola cars was just outrun us bad all day, and so, you know, the best we could do was best in class, and
there's a lot of. Sounds like there's some tears in your voice right now.
Well, you just don't know what Indy means.
Yeah, look at the street there. Raise your arm up. One arm. There you go. There you go.
Here comes Unser and Dare, first and second.
This could be the tensest moments for these two drivers. It is Unser Jr. into the stall first and away first.
Unser is beating him as they leave.
Okay, let's go, Al, let's go. And Unser Jr. still has the lead over Dare as they come out. But look at here. Here comes Catherine Nevis at speed.
Now, Paul, he'll have the runoff at 2. He'll have momentum and draft by these guys if he can. He had a faster pit stop and maybe he had a faster in and out lap.
Oh, boy, did he go screaming past Unser Jr. Oh!
And don't you know, Al Jr.
Excuse me, Scott. Al Unser Jr., when he saw him go by, says, has he pitted? Has he pitted?
Yeah, I'm afraid he has. That's Jeff Ward there, the 9 car, coming up behind Unser Jr.
on fuel, position 6.
Dare's going to come back at Ward. Unser's going to try and track down the leader, Elio Castroneves.
Position 6 on fuel.
And Ward's starting to play a part in here.
Dare clears Ward. Dare into 3rd place. Counting down the last 5 laps now.
All that Tom Kelly has said to the 2nd place runner, his driver, Al, go get him.
And that's exactly what Al's doing. He's closing down, but so is Dare. 4 to go now.
Watch Castroneves. He's starting to hunt that low line. Try to make those guys work hard, work up on the top side. But Al Jr.'s going to get some help.
Junior's up alongside Dare, helping him. Castroneves holds on down below. They're inches away at 214 miles an hour.
3 laps to go, 3 to go.
Junior by a nose, that time by the line, 3 to go.
Still down there, he's still low.
Ward and Dare battle.
Paul, these 4 drivers will not take their foot off the gas. They're going to be flat out no matter what.
Still low.
Castroneves
looking high, looking high.
Ward comes into 3rd place. He gets
clear behind. Close 6 on fuel. High though.
Unser Jr. back to the front.
You're clear.
Paul,
Clear behind.
I took a look outside the window. There's not a person sitting in this whole complex right now on their feet.
Unser Jr. clearly in front now. Jeff Ward into 2nd.
Position 6 on fuel.
White flag comes out. We're going to start the final lap with Unser Jr. in front. Over 83,000 people here, and they're all standing up and cheering.
Looking high, looking high.
Junior goes down to protect that bottom.
Here comes Jeff Ward.
Looking high, he's high. Car high. High, high, high. Keep pushing.
Checkered flag is out ahead, and Jeff Ward takes it. Jeff Ward by inches. The only lap that Jeff Ward led was this one, the final lap. And look at him surge at the line.
Paul, he gets that surge because Dare's behind him, helping him slipstream, giving that push, just getting him around the outside, just getting him ahead of Al Unser Jr.
Did you know when you crossed the line that you had won?
Well, yeah, when I came across, 2 laps before, they told me 2 to go and P2, and I was shocked as anybody to know that, and I was going to pass whoever I could, but yeah, it worked out great. That's fantastic. I can't believe it.
When they cross the line this time, it'll be 22 laps that Unser Jr. and Hornish have gone side by side like this.
Now, Paul, one thing to watch out for here. You see Castroneves tucking up in beside, or behind rather, Al Unser Jr. If he ends up the 3rd guy in that lineup, he is not going to help and assist and get behind Hornish, because that would push Hornish ahead. If anything, he's going to try and push Unser Jr., because if Unser Jr. wins, it will move Hornish back 10 points, 50 points for 1st, 40 points for 2nd. Castroneves certainly knows that. If he can't win it, he certainly wants Al Unser Jr. to win.
5 laps to go now. Unser Jr. still holding on down low. There's no question about the nature of the finish we're about to see. There's only 1 second that separates 1st through 11.
Now, Paul, it's interesting to watch as we go through the turn. Unser Jr. seems to be a little bit quicker. As soon as they come off a turn, for instance, turn 4, Hornish seems to surge ahead. And I almost say that he seems to be ahead at the line. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case on the very final lap.
With 4 to go, they continue to test back and forth on one another. There's the line coming.
Oh, that's even too close for me to call.
Of course, nobody's telegraphed what they're thinking for the last lap either.
Brian Barnhart told these guys in this morning's drivers meeting.
Whoa! Cheever tries to get down inside Castroneves. Doesn't work. Lazier's now up in that fight. Lazier comes up alongside Castroneves.
Hornish again over the line first.
Foot that time. You were lead by 1 foot.
See, the teams are watching that. Now it's Kelly's team, their responsibility to get on there and say, hey, you need to try a different line now, Unser Jr. Because right now you're not leading where it counts.
Unfortunately, we can only listen to one radio at a time. You wonder what everybody else is saying. While we listen to Carter, and they pass under the white flag.
By just about a foot that time.
Paul, there's not a spectator in these stands today that is sitting down right now.
2 by 2, the front 4. The field all tightly bunched together. Heading into turn 3.
Oh!
On the final lap. Now Buddy Lazier comes up to take a look to the inside. And Unser Jr. and Hornish go to the line side by side. Unofficially, it's Hornish who takes the win. Oh, boy, it was amazingly close. Hornish with his 7th career win and at 24 thousandths of a second. Look at that. Right there. At 24 thousandths. What is it, 3 inches?
That is amazing. He wins from the pole, Paul. What a great weekend for Panther Racing. Now, Paul, with 10 laps left to go, all the drivers are trying their hardest, but I can tell you these 2 guys up front right now, heart rate's probably about 180 or 200, and their foot is mashed all the way down on the gas. They're not going to lift at all.
And you can't minimize the desire of Barron and Sharp. And they could be the ones that actually change the championship.
Well, exactly what can happen. We've seen this happen in Chicago. We've seen it happen here before.
Still inside.
If
Still
these
there.
2 guys are dead heat as they are right now, side by side, if the driver comes up behind, as Barron is right now.
Oh, and Hornish trying to go for the lead.
Still inside.
Castroneves going to hold him.
So it may be the drivers in 2nd and 3rd, Paul.
Getting close, not there, still inside.
In that 2nd line, that's going to maybe help the outcome of this race.
Shades of Chicago a week ago, they continue side by side.
Still inside.
Mira now comes up in that battle for 3rd.
Now Castroneves has the advantage on the low line in the bottom of the turns. Lap traffic is coming up here. Hornish is going to try and squeeze him low, box him in. We'll have to see what happens. Castroneves is going to try and push him high. They split.
Oh. Mira comes to 3rd.
Look at this. He's trying to push him up. They touched. Sam's wheel definitely touched. You saw a suspension move.
Castroneves comes out and around clean.
Oh, never mind. They moved it. It's fine. 5 laps to go. 2 cars behind you now. 2 cars behind you.
And the 2-car, Mira, is very powerful. Pole sitter. Another young Brazilian. Daring, brave. Wants to show something to his owner, John Menard. And if he does, and puts Hornish down into 3rd place, the championship changes. But right now, Hornish Jr. is the champion, and he may be the leader.
Still inside, still there, still there.
Now, if he gets through, Paul, you watch Sam. He will dive towards the bottom.
Oh!
220 miles an hour, not giving an inch.
Still inside, still there, still inside.
See,
here comes
Sharp
off
the gas.
Around, they go in, they come back in on.
See, Sharp's got the experience. He's hungry. He can see it. He can taste it. You heard Mira lift off the gas.
Still inside, still there, still there.
2 former winners now running on the inside. Sharp, former champion. And Alex Barron, who won his first race this season. 3 to go. Hornish gets him right at the line. And remember, last week in Chicago, every lap they were calculating what did it take just to get your nose ahead at the line, because that's the only place it counts.
Jim Cindric Hall is telling Castroneves, think about the line. Think about the position at the finish. I'm sure he is.
Well, right now, all he can do is win it.
White flag, 1 to go, all over your butt. Stay tight, stay tight.
And these guys know it.
Still side by side. Hornish Jr. had the lead by inches as they crossed the line last time. Now he comes a little bit further ahead.
Do it at the line. Still inside, still inside.
They come for the line. They come for the line.
We are the champions.
And it's Hornish. It's Hornish. Hornish the champion. Hornish the winner.
Absolutely the way Hornish wants to do it. Win the race and win the championship.
Helio Castroneves crosses the line 96 10,000ths behind Hornish. Mira third, Sharp fourth, Barron fifth. Oh, they've done it again.
Wow, what a fantastic series. I mean, I couldn't be happier. Obviously, I want to win the championship, but unfortunately, that's not the way we'll go. He was the best. It's great to challenge guys like that. You know, he did a hell of a job. His team did a hell of a job, but I have to thank my team. What an awesome team. It's a shame. Guys, I tried really hard. I think you guys saw, but hey, always next year.
I wanted to win last year and I wanted to win this year, but this year I needed to win. So, you know, it's a great feeling. You know, the Pencil Panther guys just have given me awesome race cars all year long. And I think maybe we need to carry that American flag more often.
Green.
You're looking back from Roger Yasukawa. Hornish right behind him. Brian Herta out in front. Pulls away, gets a nice start. Front of the field gets a nice start.
Got one looking.
Look at that, Hornish goes up high.
Inside, clear behind.
And wow, Weldon just rockets through there.
Puts that Honda power to use and did a great job and a great draft on the restart. Some great side-by-side racing.
Oh yeah, now they go for the lead. Roger Yasukawa, great Southern California racer, and Brian Herta. And they stay there side by side.
The veteran Herta on the low side and Yasukawa looking.
Hornish coming up on the outside. They run three wide into three.
Three wide.
I don't know how this is going to work, Paul.
And be careful.
Three wide. Still three wide.
Oh, it takes your breath away.
Off of each other.
Three wide. Go ahead, move on down.
Roger Yasukawa, the rookie, and it was in the middle like a ping pong ball.
Dixon coming down the inside now. Hornish into second place. Dixon is third. Yasukawa just finally said, I've had enough of this, and had to get back out of there. Herta still the leader. 4 laps to go.
Herta will play it smart. He'll play it low. Now watch what's going on with Scheckter.
Looking inside.
Dual problems. Scheckter right behind Hornish on the high side. But Brian Herta has been giving this car a great ride this year.
Still there.
And still the quick way.
This is so much fun, Paul. This is when the drivers love this shootout.
Got one inside. 2 to go.
The crowd on its feet, 2 to go.
Clear inside.
And you know what? We got 2 more races of this. One at California and one at Texas before we decide the championship. Herta still holds on down low. Herta sees the white flag, 1 to go. Hornish now surges ahead.
White flag.
Now that's very important what we just saw there, Paul, because at the line, Herta was actually not far enough ahead of Hornish.
Closest finish in IRL history was here last year. Will it be closer this year? Hornish and Herta. They hammer for turn 3, come through turn 3. The final corner just ahead. Dixon closes down in behind them, and they're going to go 3 wide at the line, and it's Hornish. Hornish takes it at the line. Dixon gets second, and Herta drops to third.
Well done, Sammy. I don't know what to say, buddy.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Look at Dixon. His wheels are actually on the low side on the white line. What amazing driving.
And Michael Andretti looking at saying, what happened?
I can't believe we didn't have a crash.
That was some incredible driving by all of them. 99 ten-thousandths of a second is the unofficial report. Sam Hornish wins the Delphi Indy 300. Mira takes a move, tries to get Buddy Rice, moving on his teammate. They come side by side off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Mira's got Rice. Rice going to try to come back on the inside. Look at Tony Kanaan. He just sits right in there watching the two of them. Boy, think about it. Rice, Mira, Kanaan. No absence of courage here as they go side by side for the lead again. Onto the backstretch again. Boy, Kanaan is just stalking him back there. Bobby Rahal, team owner for the cars running first and second, Rice and Mira. Nine to go now. Mira is going to continue to run up there. That's got to be costing both of them speed and both of them fuel to perhaps Tony Kanaan's benefit.
Well, there's no fuel worry here now, Paul. The best thing they want to do is get in front, stay in front, and grab that low side, exactly what Rice is doing right now.
But Scott, if you're Tony Kanaan in that third spot right now, you're starting to look below that white line and say, should I, could I, might I?
He's picking who he thinks might be quickest, and right now he thinks it's Mira. Now you've got some cars that are down a lap that are going to come into the play, and that's going to start to bother Kanaan, because right now he just wants free reign at those two guys in front.
Dario Franchitti, who would be the next one in line, fourth place right now, is separated from this group by a whole gaggle of cars. If you look carefully back in there, you can see the red, white, and blue car of Franchitti.
Now what Mira did was enter in a little higher, trying to run a line just a little bit higher to hopefully maybe give himself some more speed. We'll see if this works for him. See, enters a little higher, Paul, starts to tug it down, go down the hill a little bit to the middle of the turn, and starts to run a little higher off. He tried to keep Rice a little lower for a few laps earlier, and it wasn't working for both of them.
Dan Weldon is sitting in there low, behind Tony Kanaan. He's his teammate. He can be an aid to him if Kanaan needs a little arrow push to get him forward. The coaching to Vitor Mira, and Kanaan moved up and then had to yank it down. That'll lose some momentum.
Right now, Paul, Rice is in there. His heart rate is going, because what you're thinking about as a driver is, do I have enough speed to stay on the low side? He's got to give a little push to Mira to get him high on the racetrack, but not too much, because if he gives too much of a break, he knows Kanaan's going to fill the hole right on the very bottom.
They continue to race side by side.
The X factor in this thing, guys, that green and white 7-Eleven car. Tony Kanaan is chomping at the bit. He just can't find a hole right now.
Remember what poking your nose in between two of these cars, how that didn't pay off for Jeff Simmons just moments ago.
Now, are you watching Mira, what he's doing off of four guys?
Oh, look how close here.
I said earlier in the show that Mira's a smart driver. What he's doing is he's trying to get his car so he places it correctly. Right through 3 and 4. He's looking at the line right now. He's looking at the start-finish line, trying to get a good run off of 4 with his car right now. So he's ahead only by inches at the line, and that's what he's looking for. He's trying to find that run off of 4 because he knows he can't get clearly by him.
A little less than 3 miles to go now, and it's still totally undecided. Rice on the inside in 15, 17 is Vitor Mira. They're teammates, and they go head-to-head down the back straight. White flag will come out next time by...
Outside, still on your outside. Teammates on your outside.
That reminder,
outside,
teammate.
still outside.
Not just another car, teammate on your outside. Very important right now.
Kanaan
undecided. Buddy came off of 2 a little bit better. Now they thunder into turn 3. Final 2 corners in this run here, and it's still a question mark. Vitor Meira drops back just a bit. Now he pulls up alongside, and at the line, Meira. Now Rice. At first, the computer gave us Meira, and then it gave us Rice. Whoa! Look at this. Now, right at that point, the computer first kicked up Meira, and then it recycled itself and kicked up Rice. Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, I knew you could run against Vitor. We have before last year when we were semi-teammates and stuff, so it was great to be able to run with him. I'm glad for a Rahal 1-2, so this is great.
3 laps to go. Weldon has the inside position, the number 26 red and white car. On the outside, his teammate, the 11, the green and white of Tony Kanaan. Behind them is Vitor Meira, number 17, part of the Rahal Letterman group.
Vitor is out of luck. Both those guys are not going to move from the line that they're in, and not even team orders, just being smart race car drivers. Are going to go side by side. We talked about 10 laps to go. We talked about the last lap, and we talked about the last turn. This race, Todd, will come down to the last lap and definitely the last turn coming out of 4 to see who's going to win it.
2 laps to go. This is oddly reminiscent of last year when Buddy Rice and Vitor Meira had the exact same position on the track. Danica Patrick has shuttled back to 9th place, so it was a costly pit stop, but it all comes down to this. With the white flag out, who will win at Kansas?
Look at this grandstand. Everybody's standing up and not an inch given. Weldon trying to push Kanaan up, Kanaan trying to push Weldon down. And the guy that's going to play a role in this is probably Vitor Meira. Who will he side on to sort of help slipstream?
As they come out of turn number 4, it's Dan Weldon on the inside. Tony Kanaan, his teammate. Vitor Meira tries to slip to the low side. Can he get it done? No! It's Tony Kanaan at the line. Tony Kanaan, his 5th career win, his first win since Nashville last year, and this is the 5th win for Andretti Green.
I like that. You know, wild with my teammate. I knew he was going to be clean to me, so, oh man, it feels so great. I mean, a long time. It was almost a year. It will be a year in Nashville, so very happy. Happy for the team. Happy for Dan. We're getting solid 1st and 2nd in the championship, so that's what we need. I mean, we need this team to win the championship again.
The green flag is out, and this time by there will be 4 laps remaining at Indianapolis. And look at the traffic behind him. That's Marco, 4 cars back. That's lap vehicles in between.
Is that Herta in a 2nd position I've seen right now?
I don't think so.
It's Brian Herta in the 2nd position now.
Yes, it is.
It's a team car. He can help Michael win this race if he can just hold that line. It's Marco in the 2nd place. He immediately gets out of the way. Marco's going by on the outside. Brian Herta's going to tuck right back in. Then it's Hornish.
And the 4th car in that freight train is Sam Hornish.
The crowd is going nuts. They're jumping out. I've never seen the people this excited in my entire life. I wish the fans could look up and see what I'm seeing.
Now, how dirty will Michael be to hold back his son?
Marco's going to take a look on the outside heading into 1. We haven't seen that since 1991.
Oh my gosh, Marco Andretti, 19-year-old sensation. I've never seen a driver at this age as good as this kid is right now. He's amazing. The talent is on. Here comes Hornish on the inside. 3 to go.
Look at Michael. He was trying to hold back Hornish so he would not have a chance of getting anywhere close to Marco.
It looks like Michael's hopes for victory are dashed again. This time by, there will be 2 laps to go. The Indianapolis 500 has become the Indianapolis 5. Will it be Marco Andretti or will it be Sam Hornish Jr.? Hornish coming after him. The margin at the stripe, half a second. The look of Mario Andretti and the captain tells it all. Here comes Hornish. He's closing on Marco Andretti.
Oh, this does not look good. Oh,
Sam should have waited. He should have waited until the front stretch.
It may cost him dearly because this time by, it will be 1 lap to go. Just listen to the crowd as they come down the front stretch.
white flag. I believe Marco can do this. I really think he's got it. He's got to hold the line, low lane, Marty Scott. This kid, I believe, is going to win this race. The most exciting Daytona 5. I'm sorry, the most exciting Indy 500 ever.
Down the backstretch for the final time. His father has not won it in 15 tries. Through 3. Hornish closing one more time. Coming out of 4. Down the front stretch. It's a drag race. Marco Andretti. Hornish. Who's going to win? At the stripe. It's Hornish.
Oh, Hornish wins.
Hornish wins by 6/100ths of a second. The closest finish, second closest in Indy history.
You almost won this thing. What is going through your mind right now?
What you just said, I almost won this thing, you know? Man, I don't want to wait till next year. I wish it was today, but I think I could have been really bad at blocking, but that might have crashed us both, but, you know, it happened.
So it'll be 6 laps to go here at Chicagoland for Scott Dixon in his second championship. You heard Packy, don't look back. He's talking to the driver of the number 9.
Dixon will not get off that bottom line. He'll stay on the low side all the way around. You mentioned he'll break the record for 7 wins this season. He's not won here at Chicago. He's finished second twice.
Elio trying to put pressure on him, trying to hopefully, in his mind, make Scott make a mistake. 5 laps to go. He's all over the back wing. But right now, this is where the Iceman is coming through because he is solid, stuck to the bottom of the racetrack. 4 laps to go, this time by. Whoa, so close. Castroneves trying everything he can think of to get Dixon to make an error. But Dixon is flawless right now. Emma looking on. 3 laps to go here at Chicagoland.
He gets the run going into 1, but his car doesn't get through the center of the turn as fast as Scott Dixon's. When we were on board with him a minute ago, you could hear the RPMs drone down just a little bit. Dixon's car is just rotating in the middle of the turn real easily, and it's not taking off speed or RPMs. Castroneves has been stronger in 3 and 4. Here he gets a run on him going down the front section.
2 laps remaining. We could not have asked for a better finish. Here they are, first and second in the points, running first and second on the racetrack. And again, Dixon hugging that low line. Here comes Elio on the high side. Is he going to be able to take the lead through 3 and 4? Oh, it's so close. Dixon coming out of 4. Looks like he's going to be in the lead for the white flag lap. Here he was 1 year ago in the very same position, but he did not have enough ethanol. 1/2 cup short. He doesn't have to worry this time. Down the backstretch. Scott Dixon looking to set a record, but more importantly, looking to win the championship. And here he comes out of turn number 4. Dixon with Elio and Briscoe. Who's going to win the race? The race goes to Dixon. He gets him right at the stripe. So he wins the race and the championship and the $1 million that goes with it. All right, take a look. You're looking for 1/1000th of a second.
Oh. What does that tell you?
Well, but which one of these little timelines is the one you've got to cross?
We've just found out that Elio Castroneves, you are the winner of the race.
No way, I knew it. I thought, I really think I won this thing. And hey, my man,
Celebrating with Ryan Briscoe. We'll show it to you on the monitor, Elio, if you want to take a look at the finish.
I knew it. I gotta go and climb the fence because there is no way. I mean, it was awesome. Hey, we tried everything, you know, to win, and we did everything we could. Ganassi did a hell of a job. Guys, Team Penske, thank you so much to give him a great car. I mean, I have to thank everyone, and what a great finish, man.
5 to go. Can't beat this.
No, we knew it was going to be good.
Ooh. Mariah's wiggling a bit as Ryan heads for the top again. And look at Rahal. He's way up there.
I just remember at the top of the show talking about Graham and Mariah and everything they needed.
Briscoe edges ahead.
I don't need no stinking overtake. Look at this.
And he led that lap. He was ahead of him at the line right there. Now, do you
look at how close they are?
Do you think Briscoe can play the same game? No, he can't play the same game because he's got Rahal behind. I was going to say, do you think he can play the same game he played with Ed Carpenter just to beat him off the line?
Here comes Graham Rahal. He's going to help out Briscoe, but stay behind him. Don't go around him.
13 cars are on the lead lap, and they're all running within 0.6 of a second.
And Jan Rahal has used the overtake button to carve his way to the front. He's pushed that button 3 times in the last 3 laps.
Look at Matos there as go 3 wide for the lead off of corner 4. Dixon has the advantage. Look at Rahal, though.
And Rahal's in green. He's on the button.
Look at this.
Push the pass. Dario inside.
They'll come down for the white flag this time. Look at Matos up on top in the 2 car.
And Briscoe's using the last push. It's out. It's over.
Done. They come down for the white flag. One more tour of the 1.5 miles at Chicagoland Speedway, and Briscoe leads by a foot or so.
But now what Briscoe wants to do, he wants to maintain that position on the high side and hopefully get a run off of 4.
And he's getting help from Marias. Mario Marias comes back. Jimmy Vasser said the car wasn't as fast, but now it's fast. He's helping him.
And he's got momentum. Not enough to get up on that high side.
Meanwhile, they're 4 wide behind. Here comes the win, and who is it going to be?
Look at that, Briscoe!
Briscoe has the advantage, and he gets the win.
Oh, man.
This is again going to go down in the record book as one of the closest finishes in IndyCar Series history. It is the fourth closest finish in IndyCar history, 8 thousandths of a second.
I didn't think I'd have enough for Scott, but once I got beside him, you know, the side draft just pulled me right there, and I just waited till that last lap to try to use the push, and it seemed to work. I don't know if he was out, but I didn't even know if I'd won it. I was screaming, and then I was like, hey guys, did we actually get this? So that's just awesome. Very happy.
The first 8 cars are running within a second of each other in the closing laps here at Kentucky. 2 by 2 for first and second and third and fourth. And Wade Cunningham looks like he might come up to challenge James Hildebrand for 5th position. They're going to go side by side.
6 to go. Stick with it.
Now they're even on overtakes, Franchitti and Carpenter. So now it's really who plays it just at the right time, right in this area, on the last lap.
Advantage just went to Hinchcliffe in
5 laps, 5 overtakes.
In that 5th position. And this would be a big payday for him, running for the Rookie of the Year points, because Hildebrand is way back.
Overtake that Dario does.
Hildebrand running 20th. Will Power, by the way, is 19th. The point spread is 18.
Still outside, still there.
Carpenter and Franchitti continue to battle side by side and wheel to wheel for the victory with 4 laps to go.
4 to go, stick with it.
Tell you what, though, Carpenter seems to be getting to the start-finish line ahead of Franchitti every lap. Wow. Oh, blanket over those guys now.
That's something. 3 to go when they cross the line.
3 to go. 3 laps, 4 overtakes.
And you know, Carpenter kept Dario down coming off of 4. And did you see how much he had getting off of 4? If he can keep squeezing Dario down, it's going to be tough for Dario to beat him to the start-finish line.
Just telling you, you're smart here. We're all right.
I think the only chance that Dario has is on the last lap going into 3 and 4. He has to crank some weight jacker to the left, free up the car for the inside. If not, you will make.
And maybe just a little move over to Carpenter. You know, just try to break the.
Less than 3 miles of racing continue.
Outside there. Probably shouldn't count him out just yet.
Yeah.
Servius trying to join his teammate, Hinchcliffe.
All right, white flag here.
All right, 1 more lap to go.
Carpenter led that lap.
Stick with it, bud.
buddy. You can do this.
Now watch Scott Dixon as he's going to take a look to the outside.
Now Franchitti's out of push to passes, and Carpenter has one left.
Oh, that could be the difference. They go down the backstretch and race into turn number 3.
Overtake.
Will Ed Carpenter be able to get his first win in the Eyes on IndyCar Series? Here they come to the line, and it is
Carpenter.
Ed Carpenter wins. How about that? Here's the finish and how close it was. We saw this play out the last 2 years, and Ed was about that far behind. This year, Ed is that far ahead.
It felt way better than I ever thought it was going to feel. I mean, Dario raced me hard and clean. I knew we had a better car than him. The second or third stint. It was a weird race, man. My visor was falling off one of the stints. We had all sorts of stuff going on, but the Dollar General team made changes all day to the car. Just awesome day for Dollar General, Angie's List, Fuzzy's Vodka, everyone involved.
At the front of this field is third-generation racer Graham Rahal, who will see the green flag first. He's got a hungry pack behind, and the first one in the line is Ryan Briscoe. Here come the guys on those new tires at the back. Keep an eye on them. I think Sage Karam got the best run.
Yeah, he definitely got a run. He was going when they waved the green. He was already up to speed. But look at Kanaan coming through the middle.
Montoya down low. Kanaan there. Briscoe high. They dive for that inside line.
Briscoe knows where he needs to be.
Come on, Rahal. Hold that bottom. Don't let him take it away from you. He's going to get a little help. They're 3 wide behind. But look at Sage Karam with the fresh tires and the momentum.
2 laps to go from here. 4 miles will decide this race. Up high is Marco Andretti and Sage Karam. Here they come. Andretti was one of those ones on fresh tires.
Fresh tires, momentum off of the restart. They were up and running and up to speed when they caught the lead group. Andretti coming on the high side, cutting to the bottom.
Watch this, down low, and Rahal closes the door.
That's where you've got to be, Marco. That's where you've got to be. You've got those fresh tires, but not in the middle of the track. You've got to dive down low. You've seen what Briscoe could have done.
This is it. 1 lap. Oh, there goes Ryan Hunter-Reay and Ryan Briscoe, and Briscoe flies. Briscoe flips and flies. On the grass, the 2 Ryans came together. And that's a very abrupt end to what was a terrific day for Ryan Briscoe. He gives both thumbs up, which is a good sign. That was wild.
I think, yes, Graham Rahal.
Caution and checkers at the same time for Graham Rahal, who ends a 125 race drought. It's his 2nd career victory.
You don't know how good this feels. It's been so long coming, and it's awesome.
Who's going to get it? Back up to speed. It's Hinchcliffe. He has the jump on Rahal. Castroneves, Kanaan looking to the outside of Elio, side by side for 3rd. Here comes Tony Kanaan.
Kanaan with a huge draft off Castroneves on the front stretch. Now we're 3 wide going down the back stretch. That's what new tires will do for your speed.
Castroneves with that light down for a second. Pagano on the inside. They touch these 3 guys, but Pagano's going to go for the lead.
Tony Kanaan never lifted, despite Graham Rahal sort of ping-ponging between the 2.
This is exactly what Hinchcliffe wants. These guys fighting 2 wide and him just hold this gap. But Pagano on the bottom. Castroneves on the bottom. Tony Kanaan trying to work the high side. Graham Rahal 3 wide.
I feel like Hinchcliffe's going to be a bit of a sit and duck here.
Here we go. Big run by Kanaan coming off the corner. Big run. Oh, they almost touch on the front straightaway. You had to lift out of it. And Rahal on the outside.
Graham Rahal back in the fight. Here comes Hinchcliffe. He's now being swallowed up.
The lane just opened up for Kanaan. 3 wide, 4 wide, and you will not get through the corner like that.
Oh boy.
Pagano, the championship leader, will back out. Kanaan on the low side. Hinchcliffe in the middle. Rahal in back. Now it's side by side for the lead. Hinchcliffe by a nose at the line with 5 to go.
Hinchcliffe's getting the push from Graham Rahal right on his tail. This is the closest they've run all night. There is a push effect when you get cars lined up behind each other. Kanaan on the bottom. Look at the run Pagano gets.
Such a smart drive by Pagano to back out of that 4 wide. That might be the move that wins him the championship when we get to Sonoma. But they're still 2 wide. Here comes Graham Rahal. He wants more.
3 wide, looking for the lead. Kanaan in the blue car on the bottom side. Hinchcliffe up top. Second row is Pagenaud and Rahal.
Kanaan's
with
ahead.
Pagenaud on the bottom.
Kanaan was slightly ahead there. He needs a little help of a push here from Pagenaud as they go too wide. This is very old style Texas racing here. It's going to be whoever can get by a nose. Kanaan is the leader by a nose there on that lap.
3 to go. Castroneves has lost momentum. He is a second and a half back, so it is a 4-car race.
You got 3 guys.
Whoa! In the warm-up.
Graham Rahal all over the place. 3 guys that only care about a race win, and Simon Pagenaud trying to protect the points.
Kanaan has a nose ahead through the corner. Hinchcliffe beats him to the line.
Under 2 to go. The 3 up front haven't won all season. The championship leader is in 4th. Kanaan down to the low side. Hinchcliffe is way up high with Rahal pushing it. Rahal looks to the outside, and here comes Pagenaud again back into the mix.
This is going to get really close. These guys are
White
almost
flag.
wrecking. Last lap.
1.5 miles to go. Hinchcliffe is still in front. Rahal behind him, edging just in front of Kanaan. Here's Pagenaud. Those 4 on the lead lap, racing for the win. Rahal down to the bottom. Rahal to the front around. Graham Rahal has taken the lead on the final lap. Can Hinchcliffe battle back? Kanaan still in the mix. Rahal and Hinchcliffe to the line. Graham Rahal has won at Texas Motor Speedway on the last lap pass.
Let's have another look at how close this finish was. Here you go.
Wow.
That's close.
.008. And it's got to be frustrating for Hinchcliffe to come that close after such an incredible car. Look, he just can't believe it. He said, how did we lose that one?
Those yells at the end just killed us. You know, I think where we made it work today was on the long runs and, you know, a bunch of 3-ride racing. And, you know, huge credit to TK and Graham. I mean, congrats to Graham. I mean, that was a great race. And you know, TK, one of the best guys to race with, and I just hate it, man. We let them all except the one that mattered, and it's tough to be this disappointed with our best finish of the season.
Look at Joseph Newgarden, second car in shot. They are coming to the green, and it's going to be a 2.5-mile sprint. Does Santino Ferrucci have something for AJ Foyt? McLaren's Alexander Rossi, Chip Ganassi Racing's Alex Palou, Scott Dixon. Who has got the magic here at the Brickyard? What about the fans? 300,000 plus in the stands today have seen it all. Green flag flies at the Speedway. Palou is on the inside of Rossi, but Ericsson has bolted. Ericsson sprints away from Joseph Newgarden and is doing what he did a year ago.
The second year in a row we see him unleashing the dragon as we see almost contact between Palou and Ferrucci. Ericsson leads out a 1.
Ferrucci threw a shoulder at Alex Palou and said, don't you dare. Ferrucci trying to get a draft off Newgarden and Ericsson, but Newgarden with a monster run off turn 2.
Joseph Newgarden has never won the Indianapolis 500, and he's ahead on this last lap. Joseph Newgarden, is this the moment when the pain ends?
By one.
The drought, is it over for Joseph Newgarden, or does Marcus Ericsson have something?
By 2.
Team Penske at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Joseph Newgarden finally wins the Indianapolis 500. It's the captain's 19th win, Newgarden's first.
You know, I was trying to stay locked in. I was emotional the whole last 10 laps because I knew we were in a position to fight for this win at the end, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy. It was going to come to some last lap shootout like it always is these days, which is exciting but stressful for us. But just been thinking about all the work. You know, I can't talk highly enough about the team. You know, they've worked so hard all month. It's so long to get to this point. We're here for weeks working and grinding on this thing just for this one moment, and that's what makes it so demoralizing when it doesn't work out. I can tell you, we're going to enjoy it tonight. It's going to be amazing to win this.
And now to the lead goes Joseph Newgarden. He and Palou have arm wrestled before in this race. They do it again.
Newgarden getting really high, James. Way up the track, hanging on.
We've got Palou with 1 life of tires. You've got Newgarden Award with another. Then coming up, you've got Dixon and Grosjean with another age of tires. Side by side, Joseph Newgarden. Pato's going to try to go with him.
He's looking 3 wide, Pato O'Ward.
David Malukas in the mix, that 4th car in shot. And here comes Dixon. Do not discount the 5-time winner here, the 6-time series champion. He is not out of it with 7.5 laps to go.
Meanwhile, the 2 strongest cars all day run side by side, nose to nose with 7 to go at the line.
This is just awesome. Inches between cars at 200 plus miles an hour. David Malukas now on the top side over Alex Palou to put himself up onto the podium, maybe, but Palou's not giving up.
Bring it on. What a final stanza of this race. And Dixon in that orange and blue PNC Bank car. Enter Romain Grosjean. Here comes Grosjean on the inside.
Those two in the 3rd row have the newest tires as we see Pato on the outside. That new tire advantage is coming in. They've got 6 laps to run it, 4 cars to get around. If you're Romain Grosjean right now, it is all to play for.
2 Chevys at the front with Newgarden and Pato O'Ward. The Hondas of Malukas and Palou.
As a driver, you're now thinking, where do I want to be on the last lap when you get the white flag? Do I want to be leading? Do I want to be second? Do I need to take advantage of that draft? This is what they're practicing right now to try to position themselves for that dash to the finish.
And if you're Pato O'Ward, you do not want to stay on this high line longer than you have to. You're using more tire on a lower grip surface as Alex Palou takes advantage and sneaks inside.
How on earth is Alex Palou doing this with the age of those tires versus the guys who he is around? Awesome drive from the Spaniard to still be in 3rd.
Oh, Dixon gets really high back there in P5, almost into the wall. Now O'Ward settling back in and trying to study. Look at Newgarden driving the car behind him, trying to make dirty air for O'Ward. O'Ward's got a great run. He might get to the front.
They almost hit. They almost hit the front 2.
You want to talk about crowding? That was the case in point. Pato O'Ward getting right up beside the number 2 of Joseph Newgarden. Not trying to give him an inch more than he needs. Trying to force that lift right now. Both drivers flat out. The spotters are working overtime right now, Townsend.
And these are 2 very clean race drivers. Make it 3 as Alex Palou wants to mix it up once again, but O'Ward hanging high, but he's using up those tires up on the slipperier surface. Looks like Grosjean crashed.
Grosjean! Romain Grosjean out for the 2nd race in a row in the closing phases.
And Joseph Newgarden is leading as the yellow comes out with 2 to go. They're coming to get the white. Guys, that might be the day.
That will be the day. Final lap in the PPG 375 as the PPG car of Joseph Newgarden crosses the line and woes up.
Checkered flag is out. The PPG 375 at Texas Motor Speedway is won by Joseph Newgarden in the PPG Chevrolet for Team Penske. Who has done it best with 3 laps to go from here?
3 to go.
Close but no cigar for Pato O'Ward on that lap. Was that intentional? Is he already working backwards from lap 200?
Yes.
I don't want to be leading right now.
Yes.
He's planning it out. He's been here the last 2 years and come up short. 220 mile an hour game of chess right now.
You just get the sense that Pato O'Ward will be disgusted with a 2nd place here. He has the car.
2 by 5.
He has the fuel. He has the desire, and I think he'll leave it all out on the racetrack with 2 to go.
2 laps to go, and Pato's got his teammate Alexander Rossi right behind as well. Newgarden, O'Ward, Rossi, Dixon, and Palou.
You can see the balance in that race car. He is nervous. He is balancing that thing on the absolute edge.
You know what to do now.
Great job hanging on to it. He's got a nice run coming to turn 3.
And decides not to take it. That tells you everything you need to know.
That shocks me.
If a yellow comes out now, we can't red flag it.
White flag, amigo. White flag.
White flag, amigo.
Here it comes.
There has never been a Mexican driver win the Indianapolis 500. Maybe that time is now. With 1 more lap to go, Pato goes to the lead.
He's not going to lift this time. He did it against Ericsson and lost Pato O'Ward to the front off of turn 2.
5 back, 6 back.
O'Ward tries to break the draft. Newgarden sounds like I've been in this situation before. Joseph Newgarden around the outside of Pato O'Ward. This is mind-blowing. Joseph Newgarden had to wait 12 times to win it, and now he's going to do it back-to-back. Joseph Newgarden is a two-time Indy 500 winner. Oh my goodness. For the first time in 22 years, a driver has won back-to-back Indy 500s, and it's Joseph Newgarden.
There's just no better way to win a race than that. I mean, you know, I got to give it up. I got to give it up to Pato as well. He's an incredibly clean driver. You know, it takes two people to make that work. So it's not just a good pass. It's also, you know, someone that you're working with that's incredibly clean. So I mean, I got to give hats off to Pato. You know, he could have easily won this race too.